Assalamualaikum. Hello, everybody. Today I want to presentation about my thesis proposal. Analysis of the role of effective organizational commitment in mediating the effect of perceived organizational support and motivation on organizational citizenship behavior. Case study, Ministry of Foreign Affairs or CAM. Background, core issue, globalization and competition. So need for supervisor HR atau human resource. Organizational success depends on positive work behavior, key behavior on OGB, voluntary behavior beyond formal duties. 3D drivers are AOC, pause, and motivation. Key concept AOC is emotional attachment, identification, and involvement. And pause, belief, organizational values, contribution, and cares about well-being. Motivation is internal psychological process directing and sustaining behavior. And OCB, voluntary and discretionary, not directly rewarded, improves effectiveness. Background of research, unique context of Ministry of Foreign Affairs, legal basis, Perpres number 55 2015 and strategic plan 2020 and to 2024, HR gap, which 2,751 person shortage, Act 1, 61.33% for functional and executive position. So critical impact demands faster, more careful work and voluntary behavior or OCB. Pre-research finding, 30 employees. We have post as at Kemlu is not yet optimal, potentially lowers work motivation and AOC, risk hiring OCB formation. So research gap and inconclusive findings, research gap, mediation studies of AOC in public sector, especially Kemlu, are very limited. Inconclusive findings, Sabani et al. 2021, post to OCB fully mediated by engagement and AOC. Back 2020, AOC as partial mediator and Kurniawan and Savitri recognize that AOC has no significant effect on OCB. So research urgency and scope is variable. They have a variable which dependent OCB, independent is X1 pause and X2 is motivation. Mediating or Z is AOC, location Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Republic Indonesia, and subjects of research are civil servants or ASN at camp. Background research, problem formulation, we have 7 questions. Does pause affect OCB? Does motivation affect OCB? Does AOC affect OCB? Does pause affect AOC? Does motivation affect AOC? And does AOC mediate pause to OCB? And does AOC mediate motivation to OCB? Research objective. Based on the problem formulation, the study has 7 main objectives, mainly the effect of pause on OCB among civil servants at Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the effect of motivation on OCB, the effect of AOC on OCB, the effect of pause, and AOC, the effect of motivation on AOC, and the mediating role AOC in the effect pause on OCB among civil servants at Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the mediating role of AOC in the effect of motivation on OCB among civil servants ASN at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Research benefit theoretical and HR literature on post-motivation OOC-OCB in public sector bureaucracy, practical input for HR policies, fairness, rewards, AOC development, strengthening 5 OCB dimensions. With altruism, consciousness, sportsmanship, courtesy, and civic virtue. Grant and supporting theories. Grant theory, work behavior, have an interaction of personal, group, and organizational mechanism. Supporting theories, OZB, AOC, pause, and motivation. There are previous research summary. There have 25 previous research summary. And research model, we can see the pause is X1, X2 for motivation, Z, AOC, and Y, OCB. So, the hypothesis summary, hypothesis 1 to hypothesis 7. Hypothesis 1, pause effective to OCB. Hypothesis 2, motivation effective to OCB plus. Hypothesis 3, AOC effective to OCB plus. H4, hypothesis 4, pause effective to OOC. As hypothesis 5, motivation to OOC plus. Hypothesis 6, AOC mediates pause to OCB. And hypothesis 7, AOC mediates motivation of OCB. So research method and design population approach: quantitative, design causal and descriptive, data collection, online survey, Google form, population all ASN Kemlu, all of Kemlu, sampling purposive sampling ASN minimum 1 year's work willing to participate, and sample size based on Critch and Morgan. We have 341 respondents. Conceptual and operational definition. OCB, voluntary extra role behavior contributing to organizational effectiveness. AOC, emotional attachment, pride, belonging, desire to stay. Post perception that organization value, contribution, and cares for well-being. And motivation, internal, external, focus directing, and sustaining work behavior. Indicators per variable, OCB, we have altruism, conscientiousness, courtesy, sportsmanship, and civic virtue. And AOC, we have a pride, desire to stay, value congruence, sense of belonging. Post, we have fairness, supervisor support, reward, and job condition, employee development, motivation. We have basic and psychological needs, hygiene factor, motivator, needs for achievement and affiliation, and needs of power. Data analysis technique, description analysis to describe respondent characteristic and variable response. We use SAM-PLS, SMART-PLS for complex relationship testing among latent variables. Validity, convergent loading, more 1.70 and AV more 1.50. Discriminant reliability, Cronbach alpha more 0.70 confirmatory, and composite reliability more 0.70. And that's all of my presentation in English. So thank you very much. Success for all. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.